Okay, YouTube, this is going to be just a real quick short video here. Progress of the old Savage. I hadn't had much chance to work with it. I've been dealing with some vehicle issues and other issues. Just always, you got a house and you got vehicles, old vehicles, you always got to have something to repair. But anyway, took it upon myself, the old Savage bore. As you can see, he's been amputated a little bit. There's a reason behind that. A lot of people, when they store old guns and stuff, everything, they leave them in the closets and stuff, everything. One of the things that are prone to do is take and collect dust inside of barrels, and they don't get attended to when they're left for long-term storage. You don't know if you can really see it or not. They fill it full of rust. Normally, it's the first 4 or 5 inches of the muzzle with old rifles and shotguns when they do that. And then you're dealing with some 22 rifles, you run some other issues with very older guns, that old corrosive powders and stuff. But anyway. So I bobbed the tail off down to, it's going to be about 24 inches. I always cut it just a little proud of the actual length I want to go in case a mistake or something. I can always take and bob it back a little further. Of course, what that does, it eliminates the choke in the barrel. Anyway, actually, believe it or not, what I use is actually a plumbing cutter on shotgun barrels. I've actually used them on some 22 rifle barrels as well. It does a good job. You got to watch it. It does roll the edges up here. You got to dress that down because you do get a rippled edge a little bit. There's still a little bit of rust down in the end of the barrel. I checked it out. Probably got about that much in there, but I ain't worried about that. A lot of times I'll ream the end of the barrel. You can actually do that with a. I mean, this ain't nothing but a shotgun barrel. This ain't a fine rifle barrel. You can ream it out a little bit with a, believe it or not, a step drill. Turn it down slow and just kind of knock the burrs out of it and get it smooth and dress it up a little bit. Dress it up some files and stuff. I mean, this stuff, you ain't gonna have multi-million-dollar equipment to be successful at doing this stuff. You just gotta use a little ingenuity. I will say the piece of bob barrel. I'll end up taking a torch, heating that up. Most firearms, a hell of a lot of your firearms are held together with nothing but silver solder. Move that brace, I'll take it, put it on a drill press, drill and tap it. Actually silver solder it back to this barrel here. So what I'm going to end up doing with this thing, because now I got a wide open bore and no choke. I'm going to set this thing up to go with a WindChoke set up. And what I'll end up doing is reaming this barrel and then actually tapping it down to a WindChoke thread with a tap set. So with that being said, the reason I'm going WindChoke is because WindChoke is something I got laying around the house. I've got at least 3 or 4 shotguns that use WindChokes already, and I've only got one set up with rim choke at 870. But in this process of setting up to find out if you're capable of actually putting the choke in, because there's basically 2 types of chokes. You can use something that takes like a WindChoke where you gotta have a certain wall thickness of at least 15 thousandths on each side of the barrel, so you need to be 30 thousandths over on your size for a WindChoke. You can get down into some what they call a true choke, and you can get down some true choke thin wall stuff if your barrel don't meet what you need to find. So anyway, it's pretty simple, easy to do. Get your old caliber out, grab the barrel, go on up in here, and I've got about 0.79, 0.710 internal diameter. Come back a little bit. Remember I told you I dressed this up a little bit. Come back a little bit on the outside of the barrel. Grab your measurement. I'm at 0.84 too. So I've got over 30 thousandths of an inch thickness. That's going to put me kind of close. It's a little tighter than I'd like to be on a WindChoke. On a WindChoke. 'Cause, you know, 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 'cause, you know 847, 848. I'm right there in that window. A little better than 30 thousandths. Because the WindChoke is outside down. That thing normally runs about 0.814. So it's right there at the bare minimum. But it's doable. Hope anybody learned anything, and have a good evening.